and I have played a lot of platformers, but let me tell you, we're not ready for Super Alloy Crush. If you've ever felt like classic side-scrollers were missing that X factor, well, you're in for a treat today. So what makes this Mega Man on steroids? First things first, I have to address the title. Why Mega Man on steroids? Well, the second you start playing, you'll feel it. Now obviously the pacing is faster than classic Mega Man X. In those games, you have your rhythm with dash, jump, and shoot, but in Super Alloy Crush, it's more like dash, jump, slam, air, juggle, explode. Everything moves at high speed, and the impact of every hit feels so much heavier. Trust me, I was genuinely surprised by how much weight there is behind the attacks. The on-screen chaos is real too. Particles, explosions, and enemies everywhere. But it all feels controlled. As for the premise, you're a cosmic hunter aboard the Ranger, heading to planet AE-38 to hunt for treasure. How exactly does it level up Mega Man? So what is new here? You'll definitely recognize the familiar things like the side-scrolling, the platforming, the wall sliding, and boss encounters that take up half the screen. But the roguelike spin changes everything. In a traditional Mega Man game, your progress is tied to beating bosses and getting their weapons. In Super Alloy Crush, every run is its own power fantasy. You'll be stacking these things called tech arts and chips throughout your run, and by the time you reach a boss, you could be a completely different character than you were 10 minutes ago. Maybe you've got quadruple jumps, or your shots leave behind a trail or fire, or you've got a shield that reflects every projectile. This aspect of the game is very experimental, is what I was saying, and I'm all up for it. Why the combat feels so wild? I have to talk about how this game feels because that's the real hook. Yeah, it's a brawler at its heart, except this time, you're getting in your enemy's faces rather than standing back and using your pea shooter. You'll punch, you'll blast, and heck, you'll dash into them, and wait for it, you'll air juggle them. Yes, it's a new thing where you'll be launching an enemy into the air and keeping them there with a spam of hits. There are over 50 tech arts and hundreds of chips to discover. You can build your character to have multi-air jumps or even near infinite energy for your special move. To put it in simple words, you start feeling like a god by the end of a good run. And since this is not a stupid game and you're not a stupid person, Super Alloy Crush rewards you for the thinking. Enemies in different parts of the environment have elemental weaknesses, like machines hate electricity, biological enemies are weak to fire. Well, you get the idea. When you pay attention to the elements, you can shred through enemies that would otherwise be a huge pain. Team Kelly or Team Moo. A big part of the fun is choosing which cosmic hunter to play as they play different. First, you've got Moo. She's a close combat robot with energy claws, full of speed and aerial movement. Her long combo strings can turn any fight into an anime-style air jug. If you like the feeling of being a savage brawler, Moo is definitely your girl. I found her movement to be fluid. It's like she's dancing through the scrap metal of her enemies. Then you have Kelly. She's the more technical option. Kelly is an enhanced human who uses a mix of firearms and tactical martial arts, and she's much better at controlling the battlefield and keeping enemies at a distance, while still being able to deliver some heavy hits up close. And wait a minute, you have to be more mindful of your positioning and timing if you're playing as Kelly. Needless to say, both Moo and Kelly changed the vibe of the game, and I've gone back and forth on which one I like better. What keeps you saying one more run? We have the story mode for the main journey, Battle Rush for when you just want to get into the thick of the action, and then Ultimate Challenge mode for when we're ready to test our skills. And yes, you can play this entire thing in co-op. The Steam demo will be dropped on January 22, so remember to check it out. You go in, get some random upgrades, experiment with a new build, and then face off against tough bosses. These bosses have overdrive burst, where they go absolutely berserk, and let me tell you, when you'll finally take one of them down, it should feel amazing. Yes, there will be a lot of finger spamming and thumb cramps, but even if you die, it shouldn't feel like a waste of time or effort. I know you'll just jump back in because, man, the replayability of this game looks good so far. Super Alloy Crush is exactly what I needed, a modern take on a classic genre. But until then, tell us your thoughts on what you think and what you're looking forward to about Super Alloy Crush. Chime in your thoughts in the comment section, and let's keep the conversation going.